Hello, welcome back to anatomy classes. Today we are going to continue with the abdominal organs. In previous session we have seen about liver and stomach. In today's session we are going to learn about duodenum, pancreas and spleen. The organ which is present in my left hand is the spleen. Here is the spleen. And the spleen is a wedge shaped organ which is present in the left hypochondrium and partly in the epigastrium. The shape of the spleen is tetrahedral in shape. And to remember the dimensions of the spleen, we can remember the odd numbers 1 to 11. So the thickness of the spleen is approximately 1 inch in thick and 3 inches in broad and 5 inches long, and it weighs around 7 ounces and it is related to 9th to 11th ribs. The axis of the spleen is present from the medial to the lateral, and this axis is related to 10th rib. Ends of the spleen, it has got two ends, anterior end which is almost like a border, the broad anterior end, and posterior end is little pointed and rounded. So this is the posterior end. Anterior end, it is placed towards the lateral side, so it is also called lateral end. Posterior end is present towards medially, so it is also called as medial end. The anterior end reaches up till the mid axillary line, and posterior end it is related to the upper pole of left kidney. Borders of the spleen, the borders are, it has got a superior border. Superior border is identified by a notch near the anterior end which is called as splenic notch. And the inferior border is present near the lower part of my palm. This is the inferior border. And in between is the intermediate border. This is the intermediate border. So it has got three borders: superior border with a splenic notch, intermediate border and inferior border. Let's see the surfaces of the spleen. The surface which is facing the palm, this surface is called as diaphragmatic surface. The smooth surface is called as diaphragmatic surface because it is related to the inferior surface, left dome of diaphragm. And here the surface is called as visceral surface. So the diaphragmatic surface is convex and smooth, visceral surface is concave and irregular. And because of intermediate border, we can divide inferiorly the spleen into two separate surfaces. This surface is related to the gastric impression. So it is called as gastric surface or gastric part, gastric surface. And here this surface is related to the splenic flexure of colon. It is related to left suprarenal gland, left kidneys. So these are the relations. And peritoneum, the spleen is completely covered by the peritoneum. It is a peritoneal organ. It moves along with the diaphragm during respiration. And the ligaments associated with the spleen are gastrosplenic ligament, which connects the spleen to the stomach, and lieno-renal ligament, which connects the spleen to the kidney, and phrenicocholic ligament. Phrenicocholic ligament is not actually attached to the spleen, but it connects the diaphragm with the left splenic flexure of colon. The hilum of the spleen is this, where we can see the tissue of pancreas also. Hilum of the spleen is the structure where the structures go in, pierce into the spleen and come out of the spleen, is called as hilum of the spleen. Hilum is present between the superior border and intermediate border. This is the hilum of the spleen. It is pierced by splenic vessels and few lymphatics. Next, angles above the spleen. It has got two angles, anterobasal angle, posterobasal angle. The angle between the superior border and the anterior end is called as anterobasal angle. The angle between the inferior border and the anterior end is called as posterobasal angle. Anterobasal angle has got the clinical importance because it is also called splenic angle, because the spleen is usually felt in splenomegaly at this angle. So that is the clinical importance of splenic angle or anterobasal angle. And arterial supply, the spleen is supplied by the splenic arteries and and also it is drained by the splenic vein. Splenic vein joins with the superior mesenteric vein to form portal vein. Let's see some of the spotters. Here is the diaphragmatic surface of the spleen. Identify the pinned surface of the organ or pinned part of the organ is the diaphragmatic surface of the spleen, and structure related here is left dome of diaphragm, and the left dome separates the spleen from left pleura and left lung. Its spotter number 2 is the gastric impression, where the stomach is related to the gastric impression. Spotter number 3 is the hilum of the spleen. Splenic vessels and splenic lymphatics and nerve plexus are related to the hilum of the spleen. Spotter number 4 is the rest of the visceral impressions, where we see splenic flexure of colon, left kidney, left suprarenal gland are related. Spleen can be asked on the whole. Identify the pinned organ means the spleen, and the sub questions may be like blood supply of the spleen or location of the spleen or any visceral relations of it may be asked as the sub questions. So here is the specimen showing the duodenum, pancreas and spleen, and what I am holding in my forceps is the duodenum. So duodenum is the continuation of stomach, and it continues as jejunum and ileum. It has got 4 parts. The first part, it is above the head of the pancreas. Second part is the vertical part of the duodenum, which is related on the left side to the pancreas and continues to form third part, and third part gets upturned to form the fourth part, and fourth part continues to form jejuno-duodenal flexure. So the commonly asked spotters in the duodenum is the first part and second part, which I have pinned here. The first part of duodenum, posteriorly it is related to the formation of portal vein. So portal vein is related to the first part of duodenum. Second part is the vertical part of duodenum, where the structures are opening. There are 2 structures opening in the second part. So the openings are major duodenal papilla and minor duodenal papilla. Major duodenal papilla is the opening of hepatopancreatic duct, common hepatopancreatic duct, which is called as duct of Wirsung. And minor duodenal papilla is the opening of accessory pancreatic duct, which is called as duct of Santoroni. And blood supply of duodenum, it is supplied by superior and inferior pancreatico-duodenal arteries and direct branches from the hepatic arteries and splenic arteries, and it drains into superior mesenteric veins. And is the pancreas. Pancreas is both exocrine and endocrine gland, and it is fleshy all through, and it is divided into head, which is present within the concavity of duodenum is the head, the constricted part is the neck, then the body, and continues to form tail, and tail ends near the hilum of the spleen. Near the neck we can see very important relations of 2 blood vessels. One is the portal vein. The portal vein formation is seen behind the neck of the pancreas, and we can see the superior mesenteric artery. These 2 structures are related to the neck of the pancreas posteriorly. The pancreas is transversely present in the abdomen, and it is related to the lumbar vertebra L1, L2. The pancreas is a retroperitoneal organ. It is related to the posterior abdominal wall posteriorly, and it is present at the level of L1 and L2. And anterior surface of the pancreas is related to the posterior surface of the stomach, and it is separated from the stomach by cavity of peritoneum, which is called as lesser sac. And blood supply to the pancreas, it is supplied by the pancreatic branches of splenic artery, superior pancreatico-duodenal artery and inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery. Venous drainage drains into splenic vein, superior mesenteric vein and portal veins. So that is about the pancreas. So the spotters here, identify the pinned part of the pancreas. The head is pinned here. So this is the pinned part is the head, relations of head may be asked. The constricted part is the neck of the pancreas, and hence continues here as the uncinate process. This is the uncinate process of pancreas, and this is the neck of the pancreas. Posterior relations of neck is very important. It is related to formation of portal vein. Last spotted, the tail of pancreas is often asked. It ends up in the hilum of the spleen. It ends up in the hilum of the spleen. So during splenectomy, the tail should be taken utmost care, because islets of Langerhans are rich in the tail of the pancreas, and if the tail of the pancreas is also removed along with the spleen, the person may land up with diabetes. To know about these organs in detail, I am posting the YouTube link in the description box, and please check it out for more info about them. Thank you. I hope you all understood today's session about duodenum, spleen and pancreas, and we will continue with the rest of the abdominal organs in the next session.